So when you're learning to cave dive, you get exposed to the 5 cave diving rules, or the 5 rules from accident analysis. And these rules were crafted by Sheck Exley, along with some other individuals who looked at why cave divers were having accidents and came up with the 5 main reasons that happened. And these were published in what's referred to as the Blue Book, or the Blueprint for Survival, which you can actually just download a PDF of online. Rule number 1 is to not exceed the limits of your training. So if you're not a cave diver, if you're not a trained cave diver, even if you're a scuba instructor, if you're not a trained cave diver, then don't go in underwater caves. And if you are a trained cave diver, you need to respect whatever limits the certification you have might have, and you also need to increase complexity slowly. Number 2 is to have at least 3 sources of light. So a primary light and 2 backup lights. What this means is between you and your buddy, you have 6 lights. So if one were to fail, you have plenty of backups. So the chance of not having a light to see what's going on around you is extremely low because you have plenty of backups to see in the extremely dark environment of an underwater cave. Number 3 is using a continuous guideline to the surface. So it's kind of related to number 2. If you're in a situation where you can't see, even if you have a light, maybe you've stirred up the bottom, then the breadcrumbs, like Hansel and Gretel, of a line on a reel will help you find the way to the exit. And laying line takes a lot of practice and takes a lot of time to get good at. Number 4, plan your gas supply appropriately with a contingency. So it's not just getting in and getting out, it's having plenty of reserve in case something goes wrong. So the rule of thirds is a really common rule to use. And it's okay to be even more conservative, to use, let's say, a sixth of your gas and the rest is backup. But you want to have plenty of backup. Rule of thirds would definitely be a maximum. Number 5, the last rule, stay within the depth limits of whatever gas you're breathing. So you don't want to go too deep because you get what's called narcosis, drunk feeling at depth. And then if you're using a nitrox mix, like 32% oxygen here, it's a really common nitrox mix, you also have a maximum operating depth to contend with, which for 32 is about 111 feet. So you don't want to exceed your MOD, and you don't want to mess with narcosis. So those are the 5 rules. And of course, even if you follow all 5 of these rules, cave diving is still dangerous. So, a lot has changed since the 70s, but it's still a dangerous hobby while it is a lot of fun.